Well, it is time to get rid of some quartzite dirt. This is actually pretty disgusting. We don't normally live like that. Half a quartzite's here with us. We're going to clean these all out and put them back in. We're going to clean the bedroom one here also. And then while we were at the quartzite show, I found a product I wanted to test out. This is the RV air silencer by Wacko. And we want to give this a test, so we're going to do an install on that. Well, I got all the air conditioner filters changed, got all the quartzite dirt out. And while we were in quartzite, I also found the Wacko RV AC silencer. This is something I've been wanting to try for a while. We already have the RV airflow installed in our unit, but I've heard that by adding this silencer, it actually will bring the sound down a little bit more. So we're going to try it out in the bedroom. To start with, I'm going to set up just a little dB meter that I have on my phone. I'm just going to set it on the bed right here below, and I'm going to turn the air on full fan mode and see what it is. We'll start by just doing a baseline with everything quiet and then go from there. All right, so here it is. Everything's quiet. When I'll be quiet for a minute and we'll see what the baseline is. Now I'm going to turn in the fan onto high fan. I'm not going to turn the air conditioner on because I don't want to turn on all the pumps and all that stuff. I just want to hear what the fan sound itself is. So we're going to go to manual high on the fan. See how that changes. So it looks like pretty steady 62 decibels there. So now I'll install this unit and we'll see what it's like then. All right, we are going to start by opening the box up. We've got the main unit, and then we've also got a piece that sits around it because we've got the soft ceiling. I guess you need this extra spacer, so we got that too. So let's see what we got here. So that's going to be the new cover. I'm guessing it'll go up something like that or like that. We'll find out. Got the base plate that'll go in. We've got the filter. Now this is one thing that I like. If you look at these old filters that are in here, these are old, super little thin filters. This is a nice big thick filter, and they say that you can just vacuum this out, that you don't have to wash it, but you can pull it out and wash it too. These ones were pretty gross from being in quartzite, so I washed those all out. But I think this will be kind of nice, that heavier filter. Now it looks like we got a little foam piece. Got some directions, a bag of screws, looks like a few different style screws, and some foil tape. All right, to start, we're going to pull this original Coleman cover off. Doing that, we got to take both filters out. You saw I took that one out. And then there are 4 screws. They're square-headed screws here, and that'll pull this cover off. Now, like I mentioned before, we already have the RV airflow installed. We met with we installed that quite a while ago, but we actually met Richard, who is the inventor of the RV airflow. He's also a Dynamax owner. He has a DX3. So we met him at a Dynamax rally last fall. We've been told that by adding this RV silencer in addition to it, it's going to even help the system more. So I'm going to remove this cover, but it'll look different than one that doesn't have it in there. Now, yes, I am using the electric drill, which people say don't do, but I'm using it to remove, and I will use it to just barely start the new screws so I don't strip anything out. And I will use the hand tighten everything else. Now, I also put tape inside these here, so when I'm using this, when we put the RV airflow, it wouldn't suck any dirt in through the dumps. That's one thing you won't have, is you won't have the dump filters anymore with this system. So this came with what looks like 8 of the 3/4 inch screws. Looks like 6 of, looks like they're a little over an inch long screws, 1.25 inches maybe. And then the machine screws, it looks like there's 7 of those. So I don't know if just some extras got thrown in. And of course, like I said, the film here. So I'm going to look the directions over real quick. But here's what's up inside ours. The original one had a plate in here for the dump. We've got this new system in ours, so it doesn't have that same middle piece to put the foam across. So it'll be installed a little bit different. So I mentioned we also got the extra spacer piece. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but if we were to install this right here, because we have this soft ceiling, you can see the marks all the way around where the original one sat. So we, in addition, we purchased this spacer here. And once you put this on, that'll cover up all that extra space. So we're going to get this set up there and put in. And then this will go in. So they're basically going to get sandwiched together here. And so I believe this will go up here something like this. We'll get all the screw holes lined up and try to get some of them in place here. So yeah, the hardest part is trying to see up in here to see where these screws are going to line up at. There's multiple holes in this plate, so you got to get the right holes for the right spot. And once you get it up there, you can't really see what you're doing, so it's kind of a blind. Maybe I'll try this other hole. Maybe it's easier to see. Let's try this one. At least see if we can get one started. There we go. I can see that one now. Okay, barely started. Now we'll line this up. Come over here. Get one on the other side started. There we go. We got 2 started. So now let's see if I can get the rest of them started. And again, I'm just starting these loosely with this. And I will run them in tight by hand so I don't strip or crack the plastic. Okay, I got all the screws started with the drill. I'm going to hand tighten the rest of these ones. The hardest part was getting them lined up. It would be nice if these were slotted just a little bit, but we'll get these snugged up here. And the center one up here. Now the filter has these keyholes in here. So we should be able to set the filter in place in these keyholes and just slide it right into position like that. Then we'll use our screwdriver and just snug this up. and then later we can pop that filter out to replace it. Then lastly will be to put this cover on, and we got a few extra screws. There should be 4 of these, I believe. And this cover will go in this direction. We got a little bow out here where it doesn't fit exactly, but that could be because we've had that off a few times and this might not sit perfectly flush with the original piece. But this will go in here. We'll start these screws. I'll drop one on the floor because you always got to drop one on the floor just to test. That's why they give you extra ones. And I'm going to push up on this pretty tight now I got the screws started. That should help hold everything up nice and tight. And that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my decibel meter back out here and we'll give it a quick little try. All right. I got that setting in just about the same position, I think, as I did before. And where I'm quiet, it was back down to the 31, 32 area. And I'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to turn the fan on. Fan high. We'll see what that does. So it definitely dropped it. Dropped it down, what, 4 or 5 decibels? And I think it looks nicer. Looks a little nicer than this unit did. So, took a little bit of the sound away, not huge. But we'll test it out for a little while, see what we think. Installation, very simple. And let me turn that fan back off so we don't have to listen to it. So the installation was very simple. Because I already had the RV airflow in, I didn't need this piece. This piece would have gone in between the 2 different plenums, and then we would have used the more tape to tape up and make sure everything was sealed. But because we already have the RV airflow in, that wasn't quite as necessary on this one. I did make sure that everything was nice and tight on the inside edges there so that no dirt would get around the filter. Everything seemed to seal up nice and tight. But other than that, it, let's see, it dropped us down from what, 62 to 56 to 57. So that's what, 6 decibels. That's pretty good. It claims that there will be 8 to 10 decibels. Well, with the RV airflow that was already in there, we still got 6 decibels of reduced. And I know that the RV airflow reduced it too. So can't prove or disclaim that part if you were just to install this. Also, it says it installs easy under 15 minutes with a screwdriver, no drilling required. I agree 100%. I don't think I spent much more than 15 minutes, even when I fought those screws a little bit because they didn't line up exactly right. It was real close. It's an electrostatic air filter and it helps eliminate dust, lint, pollen, and other pollutants in the air. I do think the air filter looks much more robust than the original ones, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that works and how quickly it gets dirty. It's a 4-layer weave design, non-porous, mildew resistant, and it doesn't degrade over time. And we can just vacuum it out, it says. So those are some of the things that So some of the claims, and I do want to add one more thing. If you notice how far this one sticks down, it's what, maybe in the center, maybe 1.5 inches. The Wacko, it sticks down quite a bit more. It's almost 2.5 inches. So if you don't have a very tall ceiling and headspace is an issue, like in a truck camper or something, you might want to consider that. So far, I'm pretty happy with the install, how it looks. Hope you enjoyed the install or the testing of it. We have a link. If you want to purchase one of these, use our link. And I hope you like the video. Hope you like the installation. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If I screwed something up, if you think I should have done something different, let me know. And thanks for watching.